Hello everyone, welcome back to Simplify Studies. In today's module, we are going to study about adverbs. And under adverbs, we are going to learn about different kinds of adverbs like adverb of manner, time, place, frequency, degree, and interrogative adverbs. Let us first understand the meaning of adverbs. As the name implies, it adds to the meaning of the verb. Add plus verb, which is adverb. An adverb is a part of speech that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. In short, an adverb gives more information about the verb. So let's begin today's session with adverbs of manner. An adverb of manner gives additional information about the manner in which an event or an action takes place. An adverb of manner tells us how an action is done. It answers the question how or in what manner. Let us understand this with an example. The example says they studied the map carefully. So, how they studied? The answer is carefully. The second example says the woman was walking fast. So, how she was walking? She was walking fast. Isn't it answering your question how or in what manner? Now, let us understand about the adverb position. Adverbs of manner can be placed after the direct object or after the verb or at the end of the sentence. Now, let us understand this also with few examples. The first example says she was reading the document calmly. So, here it is placed after the direct object. The second example says the lion roared ferociously and all the animals trembled. Here you can see the adverb is placed in the middle, that is after the verb roared. And next example says he exercises regularly. Here the adverb is placed at the end of the sentence. But please note, if you want to emphasize how an action is done, then an adverb can be placed at the beginning of the sentence. For example, every day Kamla brings us fresh vegetables from her garden. Many ly words like openly, politely, quietly, lovely, splendidly, courageously, etc., and words like well, hard, fast, etc., are few examples of adverbs of manner. Next, we have adverbs of time. An adverb of time tells us when the action takes place. It answers the question when. The first example says he will visit John later in the evening. Will visit when? So it answers the question when, later in the evening. The second example says today we dined at my uncle's restaurant. Dined when? The answer is today. Words like today, yesterday, now, tomorrow, late, then, afterwards, earlier, early, sooner, later, again, first, recently, once, finally, etc. are few examples of adverbs of time. Let's move on to the third kind, and that is adverbs of place. An adverb of place tells us where an action occurs. It answers the question where. For example, please wait outside while I clean this room. Wait where? The answer is outside. Here, the adverb is placed after the verb wait. The second example says, pull the lever backwards to switch this machine on. Pull where? Backwards. So, it answers your question where. Here, the adverb is placed after the direct object. Yes? In short, adverbs of place are placed after the direct object or after the verbs. Words like up, down, near, inside, outside, around, behind, backwards, southwards, upwards, sideways, homewards, outwards, or somewhere, everywhere, upstairs, etc. are few examples of adverbs of place. Next, we have adverbs of degree. An adverb of degree tells us the degree or intensity of an action, an adjective, or another adverb. It describes to what level something was done. It answers the question how much or to what extent. For example, it is too hot to wear a jacket today. Hot to what extent? So it answers your question too hot. The second example says the Thar desert is an extremely dry place. Is how dry? So it answers extremely. I hope it is clear. Words like almost, nearly, quite, just, too, reasonably, hardly, scarcely, very, extremely, greatly, immensely, only, totally, easily, rather, fully, etc. are few examples of adverbs of degree. Next, we have adverbs of frequency. An adverb of frequency tells us how often or frequently something happens or is done. It answers the question how often. For example, I have met Rosa once at an office party. Met how often? Once. Isn't it answering your question? Next example says, sometimes I eat only fruits for dinner. Eat how often? The answer is sometimes. Words like sometimes, frequently, never, often or often, once, daily, weekly, yearly, twice, fortnightly, always, regularly, etc. are few examples of adverbs of frequency. Next, we have interrogative adverbs. Interrogative adverbs is usually placed at the beginning of a question. It is used to ask questions related to an action. For example, when will Arvind reach Amravati? Or how is grandma feeling today? Words like where, when, why, how, wherever are examples of interrogative adverbs. Some words like fast, hard, little, next, ill, eagerly, high, well, only, much, enough, etc. function both as an adjective as well as an adverb. See, if the word modifies a noun or pronoun, then it is an adjective. But if the word modifies the verb or an adjective, then it becomes an adverb in that sentence. For example, they have enough food to eat. And the other example says, are you fit enough to walk 5 kilometers? In the first example, enough is acting as adjective, and in another example, enough to walk 5 kilometers, here it is acting as adverb. Let us take one more example. The example says we were dancing at a fast pace, and the other example is he walks fast. First one is adjective and the other one is adverb. Next example says the Paul sisters live in the next lane, and the other example is he sat next to Anu for lunch. So first example modifying the noun and the other example modifying the verb. I hope it is clear. That's all I have for you today. Have a good day and do play the quiz, which is the link of the same is given in the description box.